At the opening of the parsha, there's a pasuk that is very difficult to read. We're familiar with Rashi's pshat, but there seems to be some very basic questions on the pasuk. Eila toldos Yaakov Yosef. These are the progeny, or these are the happenings of the family of Yaakov, starting with Yosef, ben Shva Esrei Shana. He was 17 years old. Hayroya Esachav Batsoin. Then the pasuk says Vihu Nar Es Bnei Vilha Ve'es Bnei Zilpa. Rashi reads Vihu Nar. He did acts of youth, foolish acts. He would fix his hair. He would fix his eyes so he should look nice. And then Espinei Vilha Espinei Zilpa is a separate clause, is a separate thought. V'hu Nar is one thought, that he acted like a youth, and he would associate with Bnei Vilha, Bnei Zilpa, but the V'hu Nar doesn't seem to be connected to Espinei Vilha, Espinei Zilpa. And then the pasuk continues, Vayave Yosef Estiba Samra El Avihem. Yosef brought their bad report to their father. The bad report was about all the brothers, so how is that connected to Bnei Vilha and Bnei Zilpa? Why does Vayave Yosef Estiba Samra El Avihem follow that he would associate Bnei Vilha, Bnei Zilpa? And then the pasuk says, V'Yisrael Ahav Es Yosef Mikol Banav. Yaakov loved Yosef from all of his children. So then, what, Yaakov loved Yosef because he would tattle on them? Why does that follow? Vayave Yosef Estiba Samra El Avihem. So, there's an amazing sefer. It's called Margolios Me Rabbeinu Shebesoria, Treasures from our Rabbis of Syria, written by my good friend, Reb Shimon Wanunu, the eminent author of many, many dozens and dozens of Svarim. He wrote this sefer, Treasures of the Rabbis of Syria, and he quotes Reb Chaim Cohen. Now, Reb Chaim Cohen is a personal favorite of mine. Reb Chaim Cohen was from Aram Tsova in Syria, a student of Reb Chaim Vital. We spoke about how he was actually saved when his boat was attacked by pirates, and we also spoke about ultimately he was buried in Livorno. In Italy, we had the zchus to be at his kever. So the Reb Chaim Cohen in the Sefer Torah Chacham, Daf Tzadi Aleph Amid Aleph, quoted in the Sefer Margolios from Rabbi Yehuda offers an amazing pshat. V'hu Nar. He was a nar, meaning relative to Bnei Bilha, Bnei Zilpa, he felt like he was unworthy and he was a nar, and he didn't have the capacity to rebuke them himself. He, so to speak, was humbled before them, and therefore he couldn't tell them and correct them. He felt so humble in their presence, so therefore he would tell their father to give them rebuke because he didn't want to fight with them. And Yaakov loved that he did not publicize their wrongdoing to the public, but instead, since he could not tell them personally because he felt himself humbled before them, therefore he told the father so that nobody else should know about it in a very discreet manner. And then the pasuk continues. So in other words, V'hu Nar is connected to Es Bnei Bilha Ves Bnei Zilpa. He was humbled before them. And because of that, he had to tell Vayave Yosef Estiba Samra El Avihem. He had to tell the father, and he couldn't tell them personally. But because he was careful not to tell the whole world, Yisrael Ahav Es Yosef. Yaakov loved him because of his midos tovos, that he was careful not to tell the whole world. And if you'll ask, where did Yosef get such great midos from? Where did these midos tovos come from? Yisrael Ahav Es Yosef Mikol Benov Ki Ben Zekunim Hulai. Because Yosef was born when Yaakov was older, when the natural midos are weakened, and therefore Yosef was born Kadosh Merechem, and therefore Yosef's actions, maybe as opposed to the older brothers, Ruvain and Shimon and Levi, who perhaps were influenced by Yaakov at an earlier age, Yosef had the grandest midos of all the Shvatim because he was born when Yaakov Avinu was already much older, and the natural, so to speak, midos had weakened, and Yosef was Kadosh Merechem. This is the amazing interpretation of Reb Chaim HaKohen, the Torah's Chacham, the author of Torah Barekes, the great student of Reb Chaim Vital from Aram Tsova from Syria. So, wishing everyone bracha v'hatzlacha.